Okay, welcome to a new episode of Nate's MMA Corner. I'm Nate, and if you watch my show, you're in my corner. Today's episode is a doubleheader, a post-fight of the last UFC card and a pre-fight for the next UFC card. So, make this a quick rundown of the last UFC card. To kick off the main card in the light heavyweight division, we have Nikolai Negumereanu versus defeating Ike Villanueva by TKO punches round 1. That was a great fun fight. Then in the welterweight division, we had Francisco Trinaldo defeat Dwight Grant by split decision. And Francisco Trinaldo for his age really blows my mind at how good he is. He landed some good hard shots, and that helped get him the win. Then in the featherweight division, we had Alex Bruce Leroy Caceres defeat So Hu Choi, hopefully I didn't butcher that name, by submission rear naked choke. Very impressive win. He's had countless fights in the UFC at this point, and he never ceases to amaze me, his skill level. Bruce Leroy. And to think that Alex was from Ultimate Fighter season 12, if I'm not mistaken, St. Pierre versus Koscheck season, and he's still killing in the UFC. Pretty amazing. Then in the women's bantamweight division, we had Jessica Rose Clark defeat Jocelyn Edwards by decision unanimous, and it looked great doing it, and she got a much needed win, having gone into this fight 1-2 in her last 3. She needed this win big time, and she got it against a tough, durable opponent, Jocelyn Edwards, who has a great training camp. Apparently DC helped her with her wrestling, and it showed. And I think bantamweight's not a bad weight class for Jessica Rose Clark. I'm so used to seeing her at flyweight, and seeing her at bantamweight is very impressive, and can't wait to see more of what's going to be in store for her at bantamweight. Then in the co-main event in the lightweight division, we had Grant Dawson versus Rick Glenn, and this one draw majority. Yeah, this was a close fight. This was hard to score. Both landed some good shots. Both got some good dominant positions. And I say maybe do a rematch because it's not like both guys are in title contention, and it was just a close, hard-fought fight. And yeah, neither guy is in the top 15 of the lightweight, if I'm not mistaken. Grant Dawson. Grant Dawson. My bad. I meant to say Grant Dawson, not Dwight Grant. Anyways, Grant Dawson, Rick Glenn. Yeah, it was pretty much a stand-up war and good fight. Then in the main event in the light heavyweight division, we had Marvin Vettori versus defeat Paulo Costa by decision unanimous, and Paulo landed some good shots, and I knew he would, but I knew that the technical striking and the pace of Marvin would get this done. And yeah, he won decision, and I wasn't shocked. And I think Marvin actually, when you look at the landscape of light heavyweight and you look at the landscape of middleweight for him, Izzy wins his next title fight. Where does that put Marvin? He's lost to him twice, and I think Marvin should consider, maybe competing at middleweight still, but consider going for maybe a title shot at light heavyweight in the near future. Who knows? Can't wait to see more of him though. Then we get into the pre-fight with predictions of UFC 267. And this is a pretty cut and dry card, to be honest with me. To be honest with you and me and whatever. But anyways, to kick off the main card in the light heavyweight division, we have Magomed Ankalaev versus Volkan Oezdemir. I'm going to go ahead Magomed here, pretty much by any way he wants, submission, knockout. I think he takes this to the ground. I don't think he wants to stand and bang with Volkan. Volkan has good striking, great kickboxing. Not to say that Magomed doesn't, but I think Magomed knows that he can use some good wrestling in there and just wear him out, put pressure on him, and ground and pound. And I could see him getting an arm triangle choke in the second round. So I'll say submission round 2 for Magomed. Then in the welterweight division, we have fling jinglyong versus Kamzat Kamaya, and I'm going to go with Kamzat here, first round knockout. Then in the heavyweight division, we have Alexander Volkov versus Marcin Tybura, and Marcin Tybura, I believe, will get it done here. I think he gets in the reach of Volkan, takes Volkan down, or no, actually I'll say it stays standing. He gets within his reach and knocks him out in like the third round. Then we go into the lightweight division, Islam Makhachev versus Dan Hooker. Islam, I think, wins this first round knockout. Then in the bantamweight division for the UFC interim bantamweight championship of the world, we have Peter Yan versus Cory Sandhagen, and or Petro Yan, or however you want to pronounce it. And I'm going to go with Cory Sandhagen here. I think this is going to be shades of Cory Sandhagen or Aljo versus Yan, the first round, but without the gas tank issue of Aljo. And I think that Cory Sandhagen wins 3 if not 4 of the rounds on strikes. He avoids the ground game. Yeah, I think Jan's best chance at winning this fight is getting to the ground and going for a submission. But I think Cory is going to be wise enough to use height and reach, keep him at bay, and win a technical striking match against Jan and win by decision, and becomes your new interim bantamweight championship of the world in the UFC. Then in the main event, for the UFC light heavyweight title, we got Jan Blachowicz defending against Glover Teixeira. I'm going to go with Glover Teixeira here. I think Glover gets it done. Let's see. You know, it's a tough one, but yeah, you know what? I'm gonna go with submission in like the 4th round. I think Glover wears him out, gets takedowns. He doesn't want to stand and bang with Jan. I think Jan's gonna be a powerhouse on the feet. He's not gonna want to deal with it, and I think he can take Jan down, and he will take Jan down. And so then he gets it done, 4th round submission, to become your new UFC light heavyweight champion of the world. And there you have it. There's my prediction. Stay tuned for my post-fight show. As always, till then, see ya.